Hey, we're back. It's been about 3 years,
No,
two,
year and a half,
year and a half.
7.
Yeah, we quit drinking for a while because,
I didn't quit.
oh, I didn't either actually. But we figured it was time to do a little beer review, and we've got a few tonight that we want to share. First thing we've got in the glass that I had at the distillery a few weeks ago. At the brewery, sorry, distillery. I go to a lot of bourbon places, so at the brewery was from Humble Monk. And coincidentally, it's bourbon barrel aged wheat wine that I thought was quite fantastic, and I wanted to make sure Nate tried it. So,
I'm excited. I've been wanting to try some Humble Monk beer. I've heard about them. I was excited that they are actually on my way home if I was still going into the office. But with the pandemic, I don't go that route anymore. I stay at home. So I haven't actually tried any of their stuff yet. So cheers.
cheers.
That's amazing.
Good in there.
Thank you for picking that up and sharing
So, not overly boozy. I mean, you don't get a strong like alcohol booziness to it that you get with some bourbon barrels.
And this
Um,
is 12%. So you would expect potentially that to be there. No, it is not at all.
yeah, 30 with 38 IBU. Um, but man, it's so good. Um, if you like bourbon,
Smell the bourbon.
I just I don't know that I've had a better. And I said this when I was there to the owner that I don't know that I've had a better bourbon barrel beer. So I highly recommend this one. We've had a few others that we had tonight that we did not review, but we've
Just
got a
warm
few
ups.
more. We've got a few more that we'll be busting out here shortly. So we'll be back. Okay, so we're back after our Humble Monk Thresher. It was
Amazing.
quite pleasant. Um, Final review on it. I, to me, I think you got to review stuff on different levels as far as stouts or
Definitely.
um, your IPAs or sours. Like everything's got a different scale. So, what should we look at this one at? More of a stout or just straight bourbon barrel?
More bourbon barrel. I,
Okay.
I don't I don't see this one as a stout at all, really.
So, as far as bourbon barrels for me, it's the my favorite one that I've had. So on my bourbon barrel scale, I don't think anybody's quite perfect, but on a 1 to 10, or I guess 0 to 10, I'm going to give it a 9.5.
I'll have to go. That's amazing. I would have to go with a 9. As you were saying, you're having a hard time placing it. It's not a stout. But the bourbon barrel fuses that. If if you're paying attention to that, sorry. It's delicious. It was amazing. It's 12%. Um,
He's,
no,
he's at a loss for words. So.
nine. I give it a 9 out of 10. It was really really good, and I'm excited to try more from Humble Monk. I really am.
Yep, there's if you get a chance, it's here in Cincinnati. It's one of those
North
kind
side.
of north side, a lot of cool stuff around that area. The owners are fantastic. Can't say enough about them. They were very personable. I went in there and got to sit down and actually talk to the owner about some of the different stuff he was making. And, smaller place, but they're doing some awesome stuff. And strongly recommend go check them out. And if you can, try the Thresher. I think this one was aged in the Jefferson's Ocean barrel, which I have a bottle of the Jefferson's Ocean, not the same barrel, but same voyage. But they do some different ones. I don't know if they'll always have Jefferson's Ocean or anything like that, but They do a great job, so for sure, check it out. And here in a few minutes, after we get prepped for the next one, we'll have some more brews up here for you that we'll be checking out. Stay tuned. And we're back. So next up on the list, we have some Naughty Maryland. Sorry if the lighting doesn't show that too well.
Those thigh highs.
Naughty Maryland. Belgian style ale, 8.2%, 29 IBU. It's recommended for, it has a food pairing list. So you can eat it with lobster or pasta, steak, or nudes.
Noodles.
Oh, nudes. Noodles.
With a Z.
Or
You
with,
think he'd know that?
oh man, what is that? Is that,
That's potato. I have no idea.
yeah, you can pair this with stuff. So
Food
apparently,
and drink.
apparently you can pair it with things. It even has a cool little like scale on there. I don't know if you can see.
Not seen that on a can before.
So it's got like the pepper and different.
Dryness. It's a different scale. I've seen the
Yeah.
IBUs and the alcohol content. I've never seen the flavor
So
diagram.
if I were to look at this, I would say it's
Spicy.
spicy and got a little bit of everything. So you know what? Let's try it out.
Sounds great. Crystal Springs. Where were they?
So they are in it's Colorado, but it Boulder and Louisville?
Yep. That's
Boulder
what
and
you said.
Louisville, Colorado. Not to be confused with Louisville, Kentucky.
It also makes good beer.
Who also Louisville has some great beer. So it's a nice color there.
Smells like a good Belgian. I'm excited. I love Belgians. They're one of my favorites.
It does smell pretty good. Cheers.
Definitely the Belgian.
Yeah.
But it's a good one. It's a good one. So I've said this before on our videos from 6 years ago. If you guys ever paid attention, that sometimes Belgian Petrus, unfortunately, really good beers. But if you get some of their older bottles, because their bottles and the light has affected them, they will taste like feet. It's not good anymore, unfortunately.
And
And
he
that,
knows everything about feet. So
damn
he
it! But yeah, so the Belgian yeasts, for whatever reason, that is where I equate them to. Is when they go bad, smelly feet. Um, Not the case at all with this. This is amazing. The Naughty Maryland is a very good Belgian flavor. I'll be back. I'm not good with fruits. To try to pick a fruit out that might be hinting at that is something that I usually get with Belgian is a fruit flavor of some sort.
no, I mean there's definitely fruitiness to it. I get more like pear.
Okay.
Um, but yeah, I mean that's a really good Belgian.
Nice.
Um,
The can is the main reason probably why it doesn't taste like feet. The, the imports suffer from that when they're in the bottle because the longer shelf life and the transportation and the light that's gotten through the bottle has just caused them to age quicker than they should.
yeah, really good stuff. The can is really well done. I'll give them credit for that. They make a good beer, but their can's also really cool.
What do you see in there?
I see. So on the top it reads, "Watch out for Maryland. Seriously, watch out. Seriously, watch out."
Because it's 8.2%.
So yeah, while it tastes really good, it's one of those that will creep up on you.
Yeah, and that's I think that's what they
That's
mean
their
by that.
point.
Because the
And
Thresher that we just had was a Belgian as well,
yeah,
12%. You taste it. You know that if I drink a whole bunch of these, I'm done for. With this one at 8.2, if you drink a couple of them, yeah, you're going to be done for, but you don't taste that right now.
no,
It's really great flavor.
very smooth. You could drink a lot of those, and at some point you'll realize you drank too many of them.
About
But
three.
about three.
Because they're going to go down really easy. This is amazing. It goes down smooth. I could drink 3 of these very quickly and find myself snoring and be out.
So with that, we're gonna polish this off, and why not? Let's do some more.
That was good.
All right, so the Naughty Maryland. We're gonna polish off the last little bit here.
It's the last Belgian for the night, unfortunately, because they're one of my favorites. I'm gonna. You might think I'm being harsh. I'm gonna go with a 6 as far as a Belgian is concerned. It's tasty, but it's not my favorite. The Thresher, as far as Belgians, just obviously way above it, but it's also a barrel aged, so it's completely different. Like you were saying, how do you measure these? Each one's going to have a completely different scale.
Yeah. So for me, I mean, first off, fantastic Belgian. Um, I don't drink a ton of them to compare to. Um, I'll probably be a little bit higher than Nate's just because of that. I'm going to give it a 7, just because it's a very, very tasty beer. Belgians typically aren't my favorites, but
He doesn't
um,
like feet.
I'm not a foot fan like Nate is, but
Judgerton.
but it's very good. You know, part of why we do this is just to try out different stuff that
Yes.
we've never had, that you may have never heard of, um, and let you all know what's out there. We'd love to hear of different stuff that you've tried that maybe you have a Belgian that we need to check out. We'd love to hear that kind of stuff. So
I would. Matt's just going to drink all
yeah, I typically drink bourbon unless Nate's around, but I do enjoy getting into different beers, and especially when it's stuff that is from microbreweries and stuff all around the country. There's a lot of really cool places. Thankfully, there's a ton in Cincinnati. So
Yes.
With that, what do we have up on tap next?
On next is pumpkin pie. Pumpkin pie.
Ooh.
Sorry.
So pumpkin pie, not pumpkin, it's pumpkin. And for you math nerds out there like myself, they even use the pi sign. So 3.14,
Sure.
5627, whatever it is. Um, so this is an imperial ale brewed with pumpkin, vanilla, cinnamon, ginger, nutmeg, clove, and lactose. So if you're lactose intolerant, I guess you shouldn't drink it. I don't know.
I don't know. I honestly, so I've had this beer for a while. We've been waiting a while to hang out and do one of these, and unfortunately, the pandemic has made it last longer than it should have. So this may have turned. I hope it is not. I hope it still tastes like it did when I first tried it. It was really good then, and we'll see. We'll see how it goes.
So Little Beaver Brewery. Little Beaver.
Little Beaver.
This is located in Illinois. Bloomington, Illinois. So the other Bloomington,
Not cool.
not the cool Bloomington, the other one. And if you don't know, pumpkin beers are like my favorite. So Pumpkin is one of my tops. So that's usually the feeling I go from when I'm judging a pumpkin beer is Pumpkin.
Yeah. It's not a bad scale to go with. So fun thing about pumpkin is I have a vertical going. It
A
could be
pumpkin?
a pumpkin. It could be the worst vertical ever because it's years going and it might not be a beer that I should have done this with, but we will have a vertical of pumpkin. I believe back to 2015 at least. Um, Maybe it'll be this year that we do it. He's excited. My wife will be on that one because she loves pumpkin as well.
Yeah, if you haven't had Southern Tier stuff, I mean, they do an awesome job. They've got a lot of great stuff.
But we're talking about
But we're talking about Little Beaver Brewery.
Little Beaver.
Little Beaver.
Little Beaver.
So Little Beaver, let's see what we got here.
It
Got a
has
good spice.
it has held its flavor. It has not changed, and I'm glad. And it's probably because it's in a can, not in a bottle. But yeah, no,
That's good.
I had this back in November, or actually before November. I got it in October um, for planning one of these, and it just never happened. We've been trying to do this, but whatever. It worked out. It tastes great.
That is fantastic. So I'll just start by saying that as a guy that loves pumpkin beers as much as my bourbon beers, um, the cinnamon spice pumpkin, like it's it's all. I mean, it's so strong. Like it literally tastes like a good pumpkin spice that like you can't miss it. I mean, it's unbelievable.
So the pumpkin from Southern Tier that you were referencing before, um, to me when I had that, it tastes like pumpkin pie with a dollop of whipped cream every time. This I don't have the whipped cream. I have more cinnamon than I do
Oh,
anything.
100%.
I mean, no, there's a lot of pumpkin, but cinnamon is the other strong flavor.
Absolutely.
Great.
No, well, I was going to try to find like ABV and
Oh, I don't know if it's on the can, but I'll look real
yeah, I
quick.
don't see it on the can, but it doesn't really matter. But I like to give you guys an idea of what it is. Keep cold, drink fresh.
8.9.
8.9%. So not too bad, but obviously, if you're used to drinking Bud Lights and Mick Ultras, it's a little bit stronger than that. So,
Very much so.
but I mean, wow, for a pumpkin beer, I mean that is just amazing. And I think the biggest thing that I would say about it is just the cinnamon, the spice, all the different flavors that it pulls into it.
It's smooth,
It's super smooth.
not dry on the back end.
No. Um, so, anywho, we are going to finish this guy up and we'll come back with our review in just a minute. So, we're back with our final review on the pumpkin pie. So, I'll be the first to admit, as I mentioned earlier, I pretty much have a standard of basing my pumpkin beers off Pumpkin by Southern Tier, which is phenomenal. Um, but I will say, this on a pumpkin beer scale has eclipsed that, and it is my new favorite pumpkin beer, which kind of stinks because I don't know where I'm going to get it. I don't know how available it is.
Not at all. You're fucked.
I know I can get pumpkin, But Little Beaver in Bloomington, Illinois, the other Bloomington. Um, yeah, I'm gonna need to figure out how to get.
It's just 2 states over.
Yeah,
It's not. It's actually closer than Southern Tier. They're out of New York.
true. The Southern Tier I can buy like up the road, like
Right. I'm just
5 minutes away.
being a
So
joke.
appreciate it.
Have we met it?
So on my pumpkin scale, for me, pumpkin beers, this is 100% 10.
It is, yeah, it's very high. I'll give it a 9.5. And not that I don't think it's better than Pumpkin. And I'm with Matt. Pumpkin was the first pumpkin beer I ever had. It was amazing. It's what I based everything else off of, or judged everything else against. And this pumpkin pie is great. Um, but when you go into the pumpkin yam beers, there's a whole bunch of different ones. Uh, there's actually, in my mind, there's two subsets. There's the dessert pumpkin pie style, and then there's just the pumpkin spice or pumpkin yam flavor. Shipyard does a great pumpkin beer, and it's not a dessert style. It's not like pumpkin or this pumpkin pie. It's just the spice, the flavor. Um, who is it? Rivertown. Rivertown here in Cincinnati does a good
Rivertown.
pumpkin beer as well. It's not. I like Pumpkin better than the Rivertown's pumpkin. I think it's
Who
pumpkin.
did the Frisch's collaboration? Was that Rivertown?
No, I don't remember.
Yeah, somebody did one with
Put me on
Frisch's.
the spot and I forgot.
Here.
It was good. It was good. The Frisch's one was good. It might have been
It was a.
Braxton. Was it Braxton?
I don't
Because they
think it was
did
Brax.
they did their ice cream ones. I thought they did the Frisch's one. I'd pull out my phone and figure it out, but then I'd be on camera.
Well, you're live right now, so now you're just looking like an idiot. But whatever.
You don't know it either. This is delicious.
I,
This is delicious.
so I think it was Rivertown, but
They did the
anyway.
Frisch's.
And irregardless,
Yeah, hey, that's never mind.
Little Beaver,
Good stuff.
Little Beaver Brewery. If you can find it, don't drink it. Just call me, text me, email me.
It'll help you dispose of it. It's
Like,
bad. It's horrible.
you don't want to drink it. It's one of those that, like, just buy it and make a couple bucks. I'll pay a little bit more than what you paid for it. So, but yeah, don't drink it. Just sell it to me, or if you're in Lawrenceburg or Dearborn County area, sell it to Nate, and I'll come pick it up from him.
No, you won't.
But yeah, no. Honestly, it is I'm a big pumpkin beer fan, and it is my number one at this point.
Well, I'm glad I was able
So
to
I
save it.
apologize to Southern Tier, but step it up. Come out with something else. You got your Warlock and whatnot, but the pumpkin pie here. I mean, they even did the little pie sign. Like,
I think that's what got Matt.
Yeah.
It was the mathematician in him. The pie sign just sold it.
honestly,
Tasted.
honestly, it was the cinnamon and the different flavors in it, besides just like the pumpkin pie flavor. Like, it's just got so much. It's just so robust. That's a big word.
Rowan Gardner.
It's got a ton of flavor to it.
It's great. It is. Sorry about my 90s references.
Cheers. We'll be back. We got another one that you don't want to miss. This
Maybe you
one,
do. Maybe you're just like, you guys are assholes.
no, you don't want to miss this next one. I don't know how it's going to taste, but the name of it.
He knows exactly how it's going to taste.
Yes. So stay tuned. So we're back, and we polished off the pumpkin pie, which was absolutely amazing.
I have a feeling that might have been Matt's favorite beer tonight, and the rest of them for him are just not going to hold up.
Maybe not hold up taste wise, but this next one I am super excited about because it's a peanut butter
Nut butter.
It's nut butter and hazelnut ale, and it's called These Nuts. So this one is from 105 West Brew Company, which is based out of Castle Rock, Colorado. Colorado's doing a lot of good stuff. 5.1%. No, not just in the beer room. They also have great skiing.
Yes.
Anywho,
Pumpkin pie.
pumpkin pie. There it was. Move that out of the way. So these nuts, peanut butter, and hazelnut ale, both of which sound awesome. As
So Matt loves these nuts.
as far as peanut butter and hazelnut,
Nut butter. This might be our last beer of the evening. At least recorded.
yeah. When we do these, we don't actually drink the beer. We just,
Chug it.
yeah.
Dribble. These nuts. Oh, sorry.
Yeah. After a few, you kind of loosen up a little bit.
Is that the terms you want to use? It smells nutty. He's got the giggles. This is probably going to be the last beer because he can't handle these nuts. Peanut, hazelnut.
It doesn't suck at all.
No. It's great. It's a nutty beer.
I don't know what you want. It's a nutty beer.
With the peanuts and the hazelnut, it's all just flavors of nuts in there, and it's an ale.
The tail on that is a lot of peanut butter.
Yeah, the dry roasted peanut kind of flavor. I feel like we should be talking right now. We're in a recording. No, you can edit that out, right? You can't really compare it to anything.
No, it's very unique.
Nut juice. I knew that would get him. It's liquid peanut butter and hazelnut. It's I don't know how to explain it. I don't.
It's liquid nut juice.
It's amazing when it's the back of your throat.
Oh man. Oh, make it quit.
Make it. This is the best review ever. You're welcome.
So yeah, so we you've seen a few reviews. We had
Naughty
Naughty
Maryland.
Maryland. Thresher that you saw earlier, that was the bourbon barrel.
Pumpkin pie.
We had the pumpkin pie.
Those are all the ones we reviewed.
Those are all the ones we reviewed.
Yeah.
That's a big word.
Roads.
Earlier we had
Crowd Pleaser,
which is mediocre. We had Fogged Out Hazy IPA. Outer Banks. Sorry, Outer Range. No, light's bright. Light bright. The Lone Tree Red Ale, which was fantastic if you're
It was a really good red ale.
It was
We should have reviewed that.
should have reviewed the red ale. If you can find this one, the red ale, that is, oh shoot, Irish style red. Where's it made? Lone Tree, Colorado. Fantastic red ale.
We're good.
If you're into the tarty stuff, this guava from Loveland Ale Works, American Sour Ale Guava. Um, it was really good. I mean, as far as
Really
sours go,
like that.
I was. What did you say, Nate? um, but yeah, the guava was really good. As far as these nuts go, uh, delicious. Kind of got a saltiness to them, per se. Just a hint of salt.
Got him on that one.
Uh,
That's my only goal in all of these, to just trip him up so he can't keep talking.
yeah, peanut butter, hazelnut.
It's an ale, as we were talking about earlier. The different styles you're gonna have, you're rating your scale. This is another one where, what scale do you put it in? It's not a porter,
Nothing that we've had.
right? There's nothing that compares to it to rate it against. So it's kind of like an overall. Do you enjoy it or not? What do you rate it as far as? Oh, I'm gonna go grab 6 of these and just hang out for a night, or is it? I only want one. It's a good flavor, but I only want one.
It depends on whose nuts you're talking about. Let's be honest.
Check, please.
But no, as far as like a nuttier,
Got him again.
as far as a nuttier beer, um, I've had some peanut
He's had lots
stouts.
of nuts.
So yeah. So as far as like the peanut butter, the hazelnut, there's what's the one? What's the hazelnut that I like so much? Oh, shoot. Um,
I don't know.
there's a really good hazelnut beer. Gosh darn it. What's the one that's got the skull?
I don't know the one with the skull. The only hazelnut coming to mind is Chacao.
No, there's another hazelnut.
I mean, there really is. Chacao's fucking amazing. Like, if we were to just only do hazelnut and nutty beers, and that was what we were reviewing, if we had a Chacao, I'm sorry to everybody else, but they destroy everybody else in that realm. Um, to me, these nuts does not fall within that realm because it's peanut butter and hazelnut, and it's just a different flavor. It's not just solely hazelnut. And I'm sorry, Matt, I don't know who you were trying to reference there with the skull.
I'm gonna figure it out. I swear there's a skull in the bottle, and it's a hazelnut. I think it's a skull. I could be way off. There's a hazelnut beer. Anywho, I've had a few hazelnut beers, and this one's really good because it's got, I like peanut butter. Like, who doesn't like peanut butter? If you don't, I don't know. I don't
Have
know.
you ever been ready?
I don't know what happened to you growing up, but
You're allergic.
yeah, if you have a nut allergy, I guess don't drink this. Is that a thing?
So I don't have any direct relations with anybody that has a nut allergy to know if they cannot drink these. But For the joke,
For
yes.
one of our next reviews, we're going to find somebody that's got a nut allergy. Ha ha!
I should not be laughing.
Why don't you drink up and we'll tell you.
We'll go with Dumb and Dumber, yes. Like, that joke, hilarious. If somebody actually dies, you're the insurance guy.
Well, we'll take out a policy.
Let me just stop this.
Yeah, let's just pause this right there. I'm not going to take out a policy on somebody.
We're no longer hang out.
Yeah.
We can no longer be friends. What nut beer are you thinking of?
Anyhow, there's a hazelnut beer.
I thought it's great. I don't know what you're saying.
All right, hold please.
You already paused it, right?
No,
You didn't? Well, shit. We're still recording. Hey, everybody.
keep talking.
I got nothing.
Rogue.
What about
Rogue hazelnut. That is the one that I like.
Oh.
The Rogue hazelnut brown actor is the one I was thinking of. Rogue actually does a lot of good stuff.
So I know they do amazing stuff. I go more obscure, and unfortunately, I've only had that one once.
But yeah, so when I think of hazelnut beers, the Rogue hazelnut is one of the ones that is my go-to. And comparing this to that one, the Rogue is strictly more of a hazelnut. This has the peanut butter, a lot more flavor to it. And as far as more of a rounded, I don't want to say rounded, but just more than just the hazelnut. You get the peanut butter, and I think all around it's just better than just a standard hazelnut. Would you agree? Or?
I can't right now because if you're comparing it to the Rogue, like I said, I've only had it once. I unfortunately don't remember what it tastes like. There's another brewery that I'm thinking of right now. Unfortunately, their name escapes me, but they did have a hazelnut, and it's a good beer. To compare them against the D's Nuts, I didn't name the beer. I didn't name it.
We didn't name it. We're just drinking.
It's delicious.
Compare it against D's Nuts. Like nothing compares to D's Nuts. Nothing we've had tonight.
It's pretty sure that's why they named it what they did, and we're just idiots. No, I'll find the name of this brewery and I'll share it later on our next review, probably at the beginning because otherwise I'll forget. These nuts are delicious.
Lord.
I'll give them a 7 out of 10.
A 7 out of 10.
Maybe I'm just being too harsh because I can't remember anything else right now to compare them to. I don't hate the beer. I don't hate the beer. It's good flavor. Just my lack of being able to preference anything. I'm gonna give it a 7.
So I love hazelnut beers, and like I said, Rogue is one of my favorites, which I would probably put, in the range of about an 8. Just for the peanut butter, the flavor of this one, I'm going to go a little notch above that. We're going to go 8.5. So, D's Nuts, 8.5.
Heard it here.
7. You heard it here first. I like D's Nuts a little bit better than Nate does.
We had D's Nuts, Pumpkin Pie, Thresher.
So, after D's Nuts, we are on to some Oranges and Cream Illa. It is a milkshake IPA. Full Circle Brewing Company from Fresno, California. 6.5% ABV. They've got some cool little skulls as far
Show them
as
the icon for the not just the skulls. Those are awesome, but I love the orange illa,
the
The
orange
ice cream
illa.
cone with the skull. I think that's cool.
So yeah, the orange and cream illa. I'm pretty excited about this because I love orange, like the orange. What are those? The orange vanilla cream stuff.
it was a Southern Tier
The
milkshake
Southern
IPA.
Tier, yeah, milkshake. Yeah,
They had the orange, but not the vanilla. They had the vanilla whip, and then they had the orange.
that's right.
Sorry, I forget what their orange
The
was
vanilla
called.
whip and the orange creamsicle or whatever it
We
was.
combined the two. We did the vanilla whip with their orange, and to me, this is that flavor but better. But Matt hasn't tried it yet, so I'm
So I
waiting
have
to
not
see his
tried this.
response.
I have had the orange whip and the vanilla, or
Orange creamsicle.
the orange creamsicle and the vanilla whip, which was amazing. So I'm pretty excited to try this Full Circle Brewing Company oranges and cream illa. And it doesn't suck at all. Um,
So this is another one that I've had for a while to share with Matt, and the flavor is amazing. It's still there. The orange though, to me, the first time I had it, has died just a little, but not a lot. I mean, if you'd never tasted it before and now's the first time you're having it, to me, it still tastes really orange, really vanilla, um, just not as strong. And that's just a timing issue. Damn you, pandemic.
no, it's those other the vanilla whip and the orange we had to combine, but this one just
Out of the can.
both in a
Yep.
can, amazing.
And that's what I was thinking. So the first time I saw this and I was like, I have to grab it. I have to order this to get it in for us to try because of that, because of the Southern Tier vanilla whip. And Matt was actually the one that had the vanilla whip before and gave it to me. It was like, you gotta put these two together. So I was like, I see one can that's gonna do what he was trying to show me. And what do you think? It's
I
good.
mean,
Do you think it's better than the vanilla whip and the orange creamsicle?
as far as combining those, I mean, truth be told, like it's been a couple months since I did that, since I
Yeah,
combined those two, which was really good.
it was.
Um, this in one can is amazing. Um, and I can't remember. I remember how awesome that was. I mean, it tastes like one of those orange creamsicles, but
So what are they? Rate their skulls here. Go ahead, sorry.
this is kind of, I don't have to do any of the mixing. I don't have to dump both beers into one
So your
one.
glass might taste a little different from mine. This is just all one can. Everything's going to taste the same.
Yeah. So yeah, I mean, very very good. Plus, it's somewhere I've never had anything from. I don't even know. Full
That's my
Circle
goal. I
Brewing
love
Company.
doing. I love trying something from someplace I've never had, or even if it has a brewery that I've had before, something brand new, something that they've never done before or
And
never
that's
will do again.
I mean, honestly, that's half the fun for Nate and I is finding these breweries that you may never run across, but they do something that's exceptional. Like I never heard of Humble Monk. till I stumbled in there several weeks ago.
I had heard of them. I was really excited about them, but pandemic sucks.
But, you know, there's places all across the country, these, you know, microbreweries that, you know, they're popping up all over, and they do a lot of great stuff. And, you know, people should really get out there and try, you know, some of their local places that, you know, are kind of coming up with a small business model. They're making their own things and trying different stuff. And, you know, stuff like this, the Full Circle Brewing Company, you know, they took a great concept with the vanilla orange sickle type thing, and it's amazing.
How is it? Do you love those flavors, or is the nostalgia of having an orange creamsicle?
I mean, honestly, it's probably a little bit of both, but
I love the. This might be a Cincinnati only thing. The UDF orange creamsicle shakes. Those things
you
are
can't beat
amazing.
that. Can't beat that.
I agree, but we're from around here. Other people might not have had those, and to compare those to a beer,
So how do you even rate something like this?
amazing. You don't do a scale of 1 zeros and what. It's amazing.
So if you like orange creamsicles, like
On a scale of 1 to 10.
this is this is 100% your beer. If you like, you know, the orange creamsicles, if you grew up, you know, with those vanilla ice cream inside with the orange
Yeah.
popsicle outside, like that's legitimately what
That's
this
what it is
Um,
with the adult additives.
so I'm not even going to go on like I don't even know what scale to like. You can't put this on an IPA. You can't put it on, you know.
I mean, it's technically an
hard.
IPA because of how it's brewed, but
Yeah,
it doesn't compare to an IPA.
They just need to make a beer
But-
flavored orange creamsicle.
but if I can put it on just a regular, just flat out beer scale of what I enjoy, I'm going to give it 8.25.
I'd be right at an 8 as far as just flat beer enjoyment.
So if you can find it, I don't know where you'll find it. You got it from, was this Tavor
It
beer?
was another Tavor beer.
So Tavor, let's hide Nate out of the picture. Oh, there he is. Nope, there he is.
It was months ago that Tavor had it, so Tavor is sold out of it. That you're not going to be able to get it there again from them, but it doesn't mean you can't get it. I don't know if this Full Circle does it on a yearly basis or if this is a one-time thing. I don't know.
But excellent beer. Check it out if you can find it. Look it up. Again, it's Full Circle Brewing Company out of was this Colorado?
Probably, I don't know.
Sorry, Fresno, not Colorado. Fresno, California. Look them up if you can. Get it shipped so you can find it local, but absolutely recommend. And we're back. This is probably going to be the last review tonight. So thanks
Last
for hanging in
coherent
there. The last coherent review. I've been wanting to try this one for a while. This is the Rheingeist rye barrel aged Night Whale.
Smells amazing.
If you're out at night in the ocean and you run across a whale, I guess they produce. Yeah,
Oh, it's going.
That's stupid. So it's aged in rye barrels. Rheingeist, local to Cincinnati. Cincinnati has some amazing beers. This one you can probably still find around at a few places, but we're going to find out if it's worth going to get in just a second when we try it. So, with that said,
Worth going to get. If you can still find this, it's amazing. You should go get some. As far as our evening of reviewing beers, this is going to end it because I'm going to be drunk as hell. It's awesome. This is a very good beer.
yeah, it's very good. I mean, you definitely get the. I mean, for me, I can definitely taste the rye bourbon in there. Um, but holy cow. Um, you could probably just have this for dinner. Um, so looking at it, ABV 15.7,
That's why I'm done.
2020, age 12 months, obviously bottled by Rheingeist in Cincinnati, Ohio. Rheingeist does a lot of great stuff. Their barrels were actually selected from New Riff, which if you haven't had any of New Riff's bourbon, great stuff. They're doing a lot of amazing things in the bourbon world. But looks like they collaborated with Rheingeist and New Riff, partnered together on this. So um, really, really good. Great job. Rye barrel aged night whale.
What'd you say about the bottle? As far as so that bottle that it comes in is not a beer bottle.
No,
It's not a bourbon bottle either. Interesting. I'm sorry. That was what I noticed.
yeah, I mean
Oh my God. So
it does come in a bottle.
Yes,
I mean, we'll give them that.
it is a bottle.
Was it 16? No, it's 1.9 ounces. 0.9 ounces. I think I found this locally around here with 15 bucks for that. Let me just read a little story to you. Call me Night Whale.
Call me issue.
This shadowy leviathan, aged in rye whiskey barrels, is breaching the surface, slinging its sonorous song, resounding with notes of toasted oak, baking spice, and chocolate. As elusive as it is colossal, Rye Barrel Aged Night Whale is sure to swing open the great floodgates of the Wonder World. I mean, they're not far off on that.
What's baking spice?
It just flings open the floodgates of the Wonder World, Nate.
It's amazing. I'm not a chef. I don't bake. I'm shit in the kitchen. My wife will attest to that. Um, just the baking spices really lost me. I was trying to figure out what the hell that they meant by that. It's amazing. It smells great. It tastes great. I don't know what else to say other than this is going to be my probably last review of the evening because it's strong. It is a very strong beer.
It's strong. I mean, it's one of those that, I mean, obviously, like some of these that we have, I mean, even the Thrasher that we had earlier,
First one that we reviewed on camera.
yeah. Um, you don't sit around and drink these like all night. But this is absolutely something that if you haven't had it, you got to have it.
Try it. Definitely.
Um, if you can.
You can find it, pick it up. It's
Yeah, if you can find it, pick it up. It's and especially in the Cincinnati area, I always encourage people to buy local. There's a lot of great stuff going on around Cincinnati with a lot of the breweries we have. I mean, the Thresher earlier from the Humble Monk. Looking at Rhinegeist, we've got Rivertown. We talked about that. I mean, there's a ton of places around Cincinnati. And any other ones that you guys have that you'd like us to check out, put on a review. We'd be happy to take a look at those if we haven't tried it yet. I think most of them we've probably had at some point or another, but we'd love to put it on a review. But with that said, I think we should probably polish these off and call it a night.
Yeah, yeah, because anything else we drink tonight, if we review it, it's gonna be unintelligible. Unintelligible. Yeah, see, exactly. We're already there. We're already there. We're done. Thanks. Thanks.
Yeah, so with that, we'll cut it off, and hopefully we'll have some more videos up soon for you guys to check out because it's been a couple years since we did some, and that's why this one went a little bit longer. 56 minutes.
Oh, we're not in an hour yet. We're gonna do 3 more. We're gonna do 3 more beers. Sorry, not really.
Yeah, we're just gonna start like. No, but thank you guys for sticking around. Hopefully you got something out of the reviews. If nothing else, hopefully go check some of these out or give us others that we need to check out.
Please, I want to try new stuff.
Yeah, we're 100% open to trying different places, seeing if we can get our hands on something. But thank you. Have a good night. Yeah. We're good?
We're good.
We're good. You guys.